Mrinal, we discussed about the Chenchu Lakshmi Chenchu tribe, of getting associated with Narsimha, treating Narsimha as their the Jamata, and that kind of a tradition that started. Are there other folk threads also that relate to Narsimha, which probably have got assimilated into the mainstream of
Yes,
Narsimha?
many of them. Uh, See, frankly, after my study, what I concluded was that Narasimha is primarily a folk deity, which was, included in the pantheon or associated through Vishnu in the pantheon for the sheer number and amount of worshippers that he enjoyed as a folk deity, the reach that he had. So, reaching to those many people uh, is the aim, must have been the aim of the Puranakaras when they included Narsimha in
Right.
the Purana pantheon through Vishnu. There are too many threads that have gone into Narasimha in the formation of Narasimha. I will not try to make it academically oriented, academically inclined. Just to give you a brief idea as to what all has gone into the formation of Narasimha. See, there are some key threads. One is the most important of them, which will probably also explain how Narasimha and Bhairava keep getting associated with each other.
Hmm.
Kurma Puran, there is a story where after the Kapala Mochana, Bhairava goes into the nether world where
Hmm.
he sees the idol, the Tamasi Murti of Vishnu, is the word Kurma Puran uses, Tamasi Murti of
Huh.
Vishnu. And then there is a whole long story, creation of Matrukas, then they start creating havoc, and Narasimha tries to overpower them, Bhairava tries to overpower them, all the stories. And what that story ends on is again the amalgamation of or the identification of Vishnu, Narasimha, and Shiva or Rudra Bhairava.
Hmm.
To
Interesting.
give you the exact line, it says, Mamaiva Murti Atula Sarva Samhara Karika. This is what Narasimha is saying. He's
Hmm.
talking about Bhairava. Uh, he says, Ye Bhairava, the Bhairava form is my own image, which is Maheshwara Ansha Sambhuta, which is created through Maheshwara. So Bhairava is Narsimha, Narsimha is Bhairava. This unification, this identification comes because they are both originally beers, what we understand as beers. Beer, uh, a folk tradition, a folk worship idea, which is you can explain as the warrior aspect of the Yaksha clan. Yaksha is the semi-divine being that we know, and these yakshas, the beers, there are Bavan beers which are worshipped in the folk tradition. Narsimha is one of them, Bhairava is one of them, Maruti, Mahavira, as we understand him, is one of them, which is the identification of Yoga Anjaneya and Yoga Narasimha I talked about. They are both beers, they are both Mahabeers, or the even the Puranic mantra of Narasimha is Ugram Viram Mahavishnu. So he is a Veera.
Correct. Correct.
Another title, Mrityum Mrityum, is very much comparable to the title Kala Kala of Bhairava or Mahakala is the title of Bhairava. The same idea. They are overpowering the death. So beer worship is one thread which is there in Narasimha. Another thread obviously is of Yaksha worship. Yakshas are both benevolent and maleficent at the same time, much like Narasimha. So he will bless you with good fortune. He can also, eradicate your enemy and cure all evils, all ghostly possessions. Ghostly worship is another thread that is there, especially in Maharashtrian tradition. The saint poet tradition that we have, the Santa Kavi tradition that we have, treats
Right.
him as a Pudharu, is the head or the leader of the ghosts and the goblins. That is how they treat Narasimha. That is another thread. He had strong tantric background. There are things like Narasimha sadhana, or even the Puranic ideas that I told you about. They are very much tantric in nature. Another thread that we have is of the totemism or animal worship. Narasimha could have been Simha faced Yakshagana, which then amalgamated into Puranic pantheon through Vishnu. there is also an idea of the Kshetrapala or the protector deity kind, where again Narsimha, Bhairava, Betal, they are all comparable. In Maharashtra, we have folk deities like Narsoba, which is the original form of Narsimha, or Biroba, or Bhairoba, which is Bhairava, or Vetoba, which is Vetal. So these are folk forms, folk deities that have become, polished, who have become Abhijata Devata by associating themselves either to Vishnu or to Shiva. So there are many, many, many folk threads that go into Narasimha. He is a folk god primarily. And it is very fascinating, it is very fascinating to have a folk deity so beautifully fusing into the classical tradition. Where after reading all this, I was always very fascinated by Narasimha ever since I had heard the story from my granny. But realizing all these threads has the devotion or the awe has grown multifold.
Exactly. Exactly.
Folds together. It is so
Absolutely.
fascinating. It is so fascinating.
And here it's very interesting, Mrinal, you mentioned about it, because in the south we have this very popular concept of Panchamukha Anjaneya. So you
Yes.
have Anjaneya temple, but he is not a single face. He has got multiple faces, out of which one of the faces is that of Narasimha also.
Yes.
So probably this beer concept, which was there probably in Maharashtra and in the northern part of the country, started traveling down, and it took different forms there.
It took different
So,
forms. Right.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's also very interesting to
Right.
see that. And also,
And
it's very nice.
again, we put this Panchamukha Anjaneya images on the entrance of our doors of the house to ward off evil and keep the ghostly possessions away.
Right.
That same thought is getting reflected in different ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's very interesting you mentioned about this folk tradition or the folk deity concept, because it's important for all of us to understand, because when we started with the Vedic tradition and went to the first mention in the Agni Purana, I think it was Agni Purana, right? It mentioned about the
Yes, yes,
single
yes.
line.
Monomyth,
So
right?
in the Vedas, though it just mentions about Mriga or Bhima, though
Hmm.
we can still allude to Simha, that kind of a form, it doesn't give in very clear aspects of the Narasimha form too much in the Vedas.
Yes.
But the Agni Purana starts with the Narasimha form of that the Vishnu in the form of Narasimha killing Hiranyakashipu, and then it starts getting developed in the Puranas. So a link between these two, between the Vedic form or whatever
And the
we saw
Puranic myths.
and the Puranic starting, seems to be this missing link of the folk tradition, which has got
Yes.
somehow blended, somehow taken from the folk tradition, and then started to develop within the Puranic literature, which is a very interesting way to look at.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Very
And I
true.
think, this is also for the listeners who are listening into this discussion. I think it's very important, and this I've heard from many people also. We have been a land, um, Bharat especially, like Devata or deity for us has always been one of the instruments, or one of the tools for our own liberation or our own
True.
realization. So though we have deities and devatas, at the end of the day, the devata is to give us something so that we can progress spiritually. And it's beautiful to see how the land has created deities. We have created, right from the Vedic times, we have the devatas. How these devatas get transformed into the devatas we know today, this itself is a big field of study, which many people
Yes.
have done, many researchers have done, and they're doing also. So I think that is also something that all of us need to know, how beautifully this land has also created deities, created devatas in such beautiful ways to
Beautiful
keep
way,
up
right?
beautiful way to keep up the people in that path, that they have to be remain devoted and everything, but the ultimate objective is to go beyond the deity and to
Beyond
attain
the
your
deity, right? Right. Right.
attain your own
Understand
actualization.
how things come together and how things make something different. That
Correct.
is how you can, progress yourself from a material level to a spiritual level. Very
Yes.
true.
And that is also why I feel, and that is the beauty of our this Sanatana Dharma, is that a Purana doesn't is not embarrassed to give a different story, is not
Yes.
feeling bad to give something which is totally different. because they know that the objective is not that about the deity. The objective is the message that they're trying to give something else,
Trying to give, right? Right.
right? So yeah,
It is always said, what I realized while studying this is this, that both Vedic tradition and Puranic tradition are oral in character. Maukika
yeah,
parampara. But
yeah,
In case of Vedic ideas, you are not supposed to alter even a single syllable or even a single accent. But in case of Puranas, the Puranakaras have encouraged the Sutas to give their own interpretation, to give region specific stories, to give
correct,
stories suit the given group of listeners. So we
true,
have so many versions, and they are, like you very correctly pointed out, unapologetic about it. They are
yeah,
rather interesting about it, that they are giving you a different way to look at the same story. And
correct,
it probably is the idea that, these all outwardly garbs that the stories have held, there is something very different, a very, esoteric thread maybe, that you need to look at, you need to look for, and
correct.
yes, into the spiritual level, right?
Amazing, amazing. I think at least for me, it's been too exciting to have this discussion and to know so many things about deity Narasimha. So now we will expect. Now we will have our hopes all raised up for our next series of sessions on Lord Bhairava. And since you have already established a lot of background in this session of the similarities between Narasimha and
Right.
Bhairava, we are really eager now to listen to the origin and evolution of Bhairava in our next series of sessions. I'm sure it's going to be quite interesting. And since it's been your
I
PhD
hope
thesis
so.
also, I think you'll be more excited to speak about
Yes,
this
yes,
topic as
yes, 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 yes. You can very well call these as my first loves.
well. Yeah. Great, great. Great, Mrinal. I think this has been fantastic. Thanks a lot for
Thank you
this
so much.
wonderful time.
Thank you
Thanks
so
a lot.
much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay.
So, Rasikas, as you saw, it's very important to understand things in the right perspective. And our Sanatana Dharma, I keep repeating this, I keep oft repeating this. It is not a rigid structure. It offers for flexibility in so many ways. Why flexibility in so many ways? Because all the people are not the same. If you have 100 people have 100 different ways of looking at life. And that is what Sanatana Dharma is catering to. It is not catering to one single principle and everybody needs to adhere to that principle. So this that concept is very evident in this, what we heard in the last few minutes about Lord Narasimha itself. How a Vedic indication of a deity like Narasimha, could be like Narasimha, gets transformed into a man lion form in the Puranas, and starting from just being a vanquisher of an Asura to epitomizing the height of bhakti. In the Bhagavatam, if you read the Narasimha Avataram and the entire story, you are drenched into bhakti. The bhakti of Prahlada, the the Purvashrama of Hiranyakashipu, the beauty with which the avatar of Narasimha is described is all amazing. It transports you to a different level. So these are all variations that you see catering to the different spiritual and emotional and mental needs of the people. And that is what our civilization and that is what Sanatana Dharma is all about. And I would like you also to take it in that spirit. I think that's very important. Rather than remaining rigid or stuck to an idea, it's important for us to understand, as Mrinal very beautifully put it should help increase your devotion to the deity. By knowing more about the deity, it should increase. The more you get knowledge about the deity, your devotion towards the deity also should increase. And that's exactly the objective of doing sessions like these. As already alluded in our discussion, we will come up with the next series on Bhairava, which is another very intriguing deity, very intriguing personality. I shouldn't say personality, maybe I should say intriguing deity that we have in Sanatana Dharma. So we will eagerly look forward to those sessions. Until then, keep watching the sessions on Subhu's Corner. Do visit, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well as to the Facebook page. Until we meet next, Namaskara.